Hello, this is Ove Lillas of Nordland Aurora. Today I will talk about 3 disappointments when it comes to the Northern Lights. Everybody wants to see the Northern Lights, and it's an amazing phenomenon. But people may sometimes get disappointed from the experience. Let me give you the 3 main reasons for that. The first one is that the aurora is simply not active. You have traveled to a country where you can see the Northern Lights, but you see nothing but a starry sky. That happens. The aurora isn't always active. And the further north you go, the more likely it is that the Northern Lights will be visible, at least to some extent. So it happens that people travel to a place where they want to see the Northern Lights, but the Northern Lights are simply inactive during that time. Of course, that is a disappointment. But you cannot really plan for it. You just have to take the chance. You increase your chances by making your trip long enough. If you stay for a week, or if you stay like 2 weeks, then you have increased chances of seeing the Northern Lights. The second reason for disappointment may be that the Northern Lights are active, but there are clouds in the way. I think this is very frustrating, and I have been disappointed many times when this has happened to me. Cloudy weather is always a problem when it comes to seeing the Northern Lights. There are ways to tackle the problem. See the link in the description. I have some solutions, but you cannot do anything about the clouds themselves. You cannot make them disappear. And you can very rarely see the Northern Lights activity through the clouds. Of course, that is a huge disappointment, and that happens too a lot of times. The third reason for disappointment when it comes to the Northern Lights is maybe the most interesting one. It's when you actually see the Northern Lights, but they don't look the way you thought they would. Maybe you have seen pictures or videos on the internet with huge, vivid Northern Lights with lots of colors and lots of movements, and when you see it, you can only see green, and there's not much movement either. Well, there are a few reasons for this. First of all, most of the pictures and videos on the internet that you find when you Google them are actually those really huge Northern Lights that happen once in a while. But most of the auroral activity is not like that. So it's most likely that you will probably not see that huge aurora that fills the sky and just explodes with colors. Even though that happens sometimes, it's probably not what you will see. Some people get disappointed if they don't know that. And there's another thing to take into account too, and that is the time-lapse videos that you can see on YouTube, for example. Time-lapse videos are still photos put together into a film. So it's sped up maybe 20 times or 30 times the normal speed, which makes the Northern Lights move very fast. They don't move like that in reality. Some people may get disappointed by that too. So we have these 3 reasons for disappointments. Is inactivity, it's the clouds that prevents you from seeing the Northern Lights, and then there is the actual Northern Lights not looking the way you expected them to. And that's why I think it's important to research beforehand, how do the Northern Lights really look. I am very careful when I edit my photos so they do not look very over-edited or unrealistic. I want my Northern Lights pictures to reflect what you can actually see. Of course, they get more colorful because the camera collects the light and can capture the colors even when your naked eye see the colors less vividly. That's because the human eye loses some of its ability to see colors when the light is faint. So those faint Northern Lights, they look a little grayish with naked eye, but when you take a picture of it, it's absolutely green, no doubt. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.